Why would you question something that you thought was like, if I'm thinking somebody's my mother or my father, I'm not going to sit there and walk up to anyone at any point in time, because to me, this person is my mother or my father. Why ask questions? There's no reason to ask questions, so I didn't know. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, that's, I wanted to reach out to you and just, not to start trouble or anything. You're my daughter. I love you, and I wanted you to know that. And I also wanted you to know that, you know. So, that's, I didn't want you growing up thinking you know, some dude or whoever was your father, when that's totally not the case. I wanted you to know who your real father was, in case you ever wanted to come around one day and look for me or whatever, whatever your agenda is. But most importantly, just to let you know that I love you, regardless of whatever you think, for whatever reason. you know so but yeah, I mean, that's just one question I've had. And when I ask these questions, it's just pretty much, I guess, they're just questions I'm kind of asking because I'm just trying to keep the ball rolling, like I said. But they are questions that they're legitimate questions. I do wonder that. That's probably one of the first things I would ever ask you is, what did you grow up thinking? You know, because so, but yeah, I mean, I'm just basically trying to keep the ball rolling here. But I guess I can kind of use the excuse of, not that it's an excuse, but it's legitimate that these are probably some. Maybe it's a good thing I ask a question or two once in a while. Not expecting an answer or nothing. You know, um, not right now, but um, these are some questions that you know, maybe you can feel more comfortable when you do knock on my door, so you don't feel like you're on the spot, like, oh, what is he gonna ask me, and this and that, whatever. And it just kind of adds to whatever anxiety or uncomfortable. you know I just want to make you feel as comfortable as possible, and I don't want to sit here and ask personal questions. I don't even really think I have anything too over the top. I mean, is the conversation between you and I eventually, when we meet face to face, when that conversation progresses and the comfort zone rises, because you have to understand, I mean, I don't know you either, and I love you very, very much. Don't get me wrong. I meant everything I said. None of it was blowing smoke or nothing. I'm not even like that. I didn't reach out to you just to blow smoke and try to, you know, I'm not trying to gas you up or nothing, really. I mean, if it was that type of thing, I just would have left you alone. I'm not a jerk. I love you very much. Um, and my love for you is what motivated me to reach out to you. And, obviously I knew that you know, I didn't know what to expect from you. I didn't go into it without any expectations. Um, but as time went along, it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any expectations now. I mean, so I mean, it is what it is. Um, Pretty much. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have any real expectations as of right now, like really real expectations. But as time went on and stuff like that, it's just kind of like, I don't know. You know, so I mean, I guess you would have to see it from a parental position. Like you're my kid, but I'm your father, and you would have to see it from my point of view. So I just can't really explain anything. I can't put it any more clear than that, because no matter how clear I make it, he'd never really be able to, understand. So, and not very many people can. Not very many people can. I mean, either you just really, this is something that you really have to go through to really be able to. You can't identify something like this secondhand. I mean, even if you have a close friend or a relative that goes, through something like this, brother or sister or something, you just never. You can't say, oh, I know all about that. And people do it all the time. I know exactly what you're going through. No, you don't, because you haven't gone through it. It's just one of those things that you have to really experience yourself. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, those are just, questions that, I just want to make sure that, you're you're comfortable. And maybe this is one way I can kind of make you feel more comfortable, get you to maybe, like, loosen up. um, yeah, I'm not gonna come at you with all kinds of questions all the time. No, not. I mean, not at all. Like, I mean, even off the top of my head, I don't really have too much of anything to really ask. I mean, outside of, I mean, as far as this circumstance goes, I'm sure you probably have more questions than I do. I mean, I stopped trying to figure this situation out a long time ago. I just know things went from great to disastrous, literally, the flip of a switch, and it never went back, and it only got worse and worse and worse. So, it is what it is. I got nothing more to say than that. But, you know, and I did go try. I did dig for answers. I did look for, and I just never got any real straight answers. So, what are you gonna do? Um, but yeah. So, I mean, the more and more, I ask you questions and stuff like that. Maybe you loosen the grip, maybe make you loosen up a little bit. So, when you knock on my door, there's not so much of this. What is he gonna ask me? Like, what I'm not even saying you're like that. Maybe when you see me, you'll be as calm as can be. I don't know your personality. Maybe you're. It's not really too much about being outgoing versus being aloof and kind of, I don't know, antisocial, if you really want to put it that way. I'm not even saying that you're even like that, but it has nothing to do with really personality. It just has to do with, it's a situation that not very many people go through. Most kids out there, I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but, so, but, it's not too often that a loving parent doesn't really get to be involved in his kid's life, so it is what it is. So I just want, I just wanted to make, kind of like once in a while, just maybe throw a question or two at you, just, to try to loosen you up a little bit. So like I said, I want to keep repeating myself. So, um, so yeah, I mean, I think that is definitely a good thing. And like I said, I don't have handfuls of questions. I really don't. I mean, I definitely do, but they're not questions about this situation. They're questions about you personally. I mean, this situation is just, it is what it is. I'm not. It's just kind of, it is what it is. It's just kind of. It's kind of floating out there somewhere. I don't even really pay attention to it anymore. I really don't, because, I reached out to you, and I love you, and so my job is pretty much done as far as the situation goes. I have no more. There's not a bone in my body that is worried about anything, because I did everything that I feel I could have done. And so I can go to sleep at night with a clear conscience, knowing that, it is what it is. So, um, but, yeah, I mean, so I think, it's definitely, asking you a question once. I mean, concerning the situation, I don't even think that there's really too much else I really have to ask you, because, like, really, what do you know? Nothing, nothing at all. I'm sure if I, like I said, is like, when we're in person, the conversation just kind of goes along, and the comfort level kind of rises, and we kind of loosen up and stuff, and maybe some questions will come up. But as of right now, off the top of my mind, I really have nothing for you. I have a lot of questions about you personally. I love to learn about my daughter, but this situation is not on, it's not even on my mind, as far as, like, anything that, I'm way more concerned. Like, I am, 100% concerned about, not concerned, but you know what I'm trying to say. Interested is the best way to put it. I just want to know about you, like your likes, your dislikes. Where are you going to school? I mean, are you going to school after high school? Where? You know, what are you good at? Just personal questions like that. I mean, nothing too personal, but just questions that I have for my daughter. I mean, normal everyday questions. That's all. Um, you know, So yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of questions, but nothing to get, you know, worried over, you know. And like I said, I mean, if I ever asked a question and you don't want to answer it, kind of like me to you, if I didn't want to answer something or whatever, I can't think of any question I wouldn't want to answer. Really, I mean, you ask it, if I have an answer. I mean, the only time I would never answer a question is because I wouldn't have an answer to it. Like I said, there's things concerning, you know, this, that I don't even know really what to make of it. I never ever did. I didn't even know that there was even a, you know, definition for it until you know, kind of recently. I don't even know. I just knew it was a you know, weird situation, and I didn't know really what to make of it. I couldn't find anybody that really knew what I was talking about. So but then I kind of hopped online and did a little search, and there you go. So there it is. But you know, yeah, so I mean, I do have a lot of questions for you personally, but you know, so yeah, I mean, I think it's very important that, you know, I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anyone. Now there's, you know, obviously there's you know, things that have, you know, but I don't hate anyone. I don't hate people, Mackenzie. I don't hate people. I don't, you know, I don't wish any hardship on anybody. I'm not, you know, out here to get, I'm not out to get anybody. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to build myself up to, you know, and, you know, I'm not trying to sell you on the fact that I'm a good person. I'm not going to say neither here nor there. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to let you know that I think it's very important for my daughter to know, and I think I mentioned this before in one of my videos. Did I upload it? Who knows? I don't even know. That's kind of why I'm saying this again, that I don't hate anyone. No one. You know, it's just a really unfortunate thing, and what are you going to do? So that's basically my mindset. I don't pay, you know, I don't pay it any mind whatsoever, you know. So yeah. So yeah. So I mean, if you know, I would never, you know, if there ever came a time where I asked a question and you just felt really uncomfortable giving an answer to it, you know, then fine. As long as you're legitimately being honest about being uncomfortable about answering the questions, you know. But I mean, I'm not saying, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just like when the time comes, I just want the conversation to be between you and I and have it be completely open and honest. But if there's any, you know, any uncomfortable moments or something, then pump the brakes. You don't have to answer anything you don't want to. I'm not here to jar you or to put you, you're not on trial, and neither am I. So it's just one of those things, trust me. You know, so yeah. So I mean, but as far as I'm good, you never ever have to worry about, you know, this. You know, I just ask you these questions because, you know, I'm curious. So, but anyways, wow, 20 minutes and 25 seconds. That's crazy. Man, oh man. I probably spent 15 minutes repeating myself too. That's the crazy thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I don't know. I do these videos. I just try to, you know, I just try to keep the ball rolling. I mean, I didn't even really attempt or even think I would ever even go in this direction with this video at all. I mean, like I say, I do these videos, and I did this video here, and I just thought that it was going to be in and out in like 45 seconds, because I really hadn't, I mean, I was stone cold with ideas. I had nothing, but I don't know, whatever. I just kind of took it here, and, you know, kind of you know, burned off a half hour, whatever. I'll put the video out there, and, you know, so it's there if you want it, and many more videos are out there too. So I'm gonna end it here. I am going to just